Well, the results of the autopsy today on the death of John Bonham. It seems that there was a recording session scheduled for Jimmy Page's house. When the man got to the house, he was pretty well blitzed. 12 hours later, and 40 shots of vodka afterward, he died in his sleep, choking on his own vomit.
But once he got there, Bonham packed away 40 shots of vodka, more than a quart of hard liquor. According to testimony presented during an inquest in Windsor, England on Tuesday, Bonham was too drunk to find his way upstairs to bed, and so he had to be carried. And in London, NBC's Clark Todd says after 12 hours of hard drinking, at least one of Bonham's friends was already concerned.
Bonham's personal assistant, Rex King, says that they had been drinking all day long, that after midnight, Bonham appeared to doze off. They carried him upstairs, put him to bed, and King testified that he put a pillow under Bonham's head as he lay asleep in the upstairs bedroom to prevent him lying on his back and choking on vomit.
But that is what happened. Bonham choked to death accidentally on his own vomit. That is pretty close to the way Jimi Hendrix died. Zeppelin's manager Peter Grant had nothing to say, and that again has fired up rumors that the band might break up.
Led Zeppelin today. I'll read it to you as it came across here. Rock supergroup Led Zeppelin may be on the verge of a breakup. Members of the band sent a brief and ambiguous telex message to newspaper offices in London today saying they cannot carry on as before in the wake of the death of drummer John Bonham. The statement appears to mean that guitarist Jimmy Page, singer Robert Plant, and bassist John Paul Jones are planning either a breakup or some other radical change. The telex said, and quote, "We wish it to be known that the loss of our dear friend and the deep respect we have for his family, together with the sense of undivided harmony felt by ourselves and our manager Peter Grant, have led us to decide that we either could not continue as we were. Led us to decide that we could not continue as we were," unquote. So we'll just wait for more news on Led Zeppelin. They may or may not be breaking up. The latest information on Led Zeppelin, the band may be breaking up. Here we have Vince Parisi, vice president of Atlantic Records, to read a telegram that the band sent to him.
"We wish it to be known that the loss of our dear friend and the deep respect we have for his family, together with the sense of undivided harmony felt by ourselves and our manager, has led us to decide that we could not continue as we were." Signed, Led Zeppelin.
But Parisi wouldn't comment on whether that means the band members will never again perform.
I wouldn't want to speculate on it. It doesn't mean that they won't come back in a different form, but the group as it is, I guess, is no longer.
From what we've been able to find out, that may mean that Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, and John Paul Jones may be joined by one or more new musicians, and that this new band under a new name would perform. But that won't happen for at least a few months. Word we get today from London, where Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, and John Paul Jones have announced that Led Zepp is now history. That out of deference to the late John Bonham, the remaining members of the band will never again perform under that name. Which is not to say that they won't reform with one or two new members and create a new group with a new name, but that won't happen for at least a few months. Still, New York City rock promoter Ron Delsner tells the source that he thinks Led Zeppelin is far from gone.
People have been down that retirement path again, and if you read between the lines, they can't continue as it was in the past, but they might continue, I feel, on a whole new different plane. So I think they might reorganize. I can't say when, but I do not feel strongly that they will retire. I feel that there will be a Led Zeppelin.
In other news, in West members of